Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Marco Alonso. You're listening to Finance and Coffee, a podcast where we talk about money, business, and finance in today's world. I am accompanied by my co-host, my sidekick, my compadre, Mr. Adrian Gonzalez.
What is up, everybody?
And we got a nice topic for you guys today.
Yes, we do.
My favorite company in the whole wide world.
Samsung.
Oh, let's start this over again. Nah, I'm kidding.
Apple. Let's do
baby.
it. So, start off with Apple. What's the news, bro? Today, well, as of recording day today, something happened, bro.
As many of you know, I'm not working right now. So I had the whole day off. And they had an Apple event today.
They did have an Apple.
So it was pretty good.
Yeah.
They usually have two in the year. One to display all their other stuff that's not an iPhone, and one for the iPhone.
Yeah.
So we had the iPhone today, and it's the iPhone 12, but they threw in a little nugget. And before we get into the iPhone 12, the HomePod Mini.
Yes, sir.
They talked about this thing for about 5 to 6 minutes,
Okay.
maybe 10 minutes.
Okay.
Point is, it wasn't as long as they talked about the
iPhone.
phone.
Obviously.
Personally, I know people might disagree with me. I think this might have been a bigger deal than the iPhone.
You think so?
I think so.
Why?
Business-wise.
Okay.
I'm going to tell you why. Let's get some details on
Let's do it.
Let's start with the most important thing. The HomePod Mini is going to start at $100. It's pretty much the HomePod, but now
Right.
they're making it smaller. If you guys want the tech specs, just Google HomePod Mini, and there's a bunch of YouTubers that can give a better tech specs than we do. We don't do tech specs. We're called Finance and Coffee, not Tech and Coffee.
Tech and
Anyway,
coffee.
exactly. But so it starts at, here's the most important thing. It starts at $99.
Okay.
$100.
Okay.
If I'm not mistaken, that is the cheapest electronic that Apple has. Think about the watch,
Yeah.
iPhones.
Yeah.
I mean, I think like the iPod, the Touch. We can believe it or not, they still sell those things.
Are you serious?
Yeah, they still have them.
Crap. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure this is like their cheapest electronic.
Yes, it is.
And I'm not talking about like their accessories,
Yeah.
their mouses or anything.
A
I'm talking
case or
about
something.
like actual devices. Like, so this is actually like their cheapest one. And at $100 for Apple, that's cheap.
Yeah.
That's cheap. Because you got to understand, it's still going to be quality. I mean, they
Right.
still, made an example of how good the quality of the sound is going to be. But I want to give you a comparison to its other competitors, because I feel like now Apple is really making that jump to get into the miniature smart home devices.
Right.
And most importantly, getting into your house. Because I think with the original HomePod, it was a little too expensive.
Yeah, it was pretty pricey.
Yeah, and it was too bulky,
Yeah.
and it didn't have all the capabilities.
How much was it? It was like $400 or something
I think it's
like
like 400, 300
4 or 5,
bucks, something
yeah.
like that. So the Alexa, the brand new, the Alexa 4th gen is starting at $59.99. I don't think it's available. It's the new one. It actually looks very similar. Right before this, when I went to look to compare it to the HomePod,
Right.
it looks
It's
almost
like
identical.
it's like a circular sphere.
Yeah, circular.
Yeah.
Same way as the HomePod Mini. So that one's the Alexa 4th gen. It's starting at $59, $60, and then the Google Nest Mini is starting at $50. So think about it. I don't think that's much of a price difference for a
Right.
premium product like Apple,
Right.
Because they're luxury or whatever you want to call them, and they're really getting into the house market, because they talked about how how nice it looks and the sound, but really they spend most of their time talking about how it's integrating with your house and how you can use it. Like, it connects with, like, for example, it's connected to like other HomePod. So if you have other ones, they'll automatically kind of sync with the other one. So they're both sounding at the same time. It sends messages from one HomePod to the other. So like if I have one here, you have one in the other room, I can send, tell Adrian blah blah blah, and the one over there in your room will tell you.
That's crazy.
Or it'll tell your phone, or it'll tell your watch.
Yeah.
It'll send a message. It also has sound recognition. So if I say, hey Siri, what's my messages or what are my reminders or whatever, it's going to detect that, and it's going to do it for me, not for anyone, which is one of the issues that the HomePod originally had.
Right.
So it's getting into that home ecosystem, and they're also, I think, really engraving the Apple ecosystem, because they're tying all these things together.
Right.
And I think that's going to be a major thing that Apple is going to be pushing more and more towards the future, because I don't know, the more they come out, the more they incorporate. Like, I remember like with the Apple Watch, like same thing. They brought all these things together, and how you can control like all your kids' devices and everything through your watch. So I think they're really gunning at that, and I think this is like the official commencement of Apple being like, all right, now we're going into your houses.
Yeah.
Like we've taken over your life, but now we need to take over your house. Because obviously smart devices and all that stuff. So I think this is the way to go. At this price range at $99, that to me is what made it efficient.
Yeah.
That is, to me, is Tim Cook looking at Jeff Bezos and Facebook and Google and being like, all right.
Yeah.
We are into the game. And I think they have an advantage because obviously here in the US, we love Apple.
Yes. Correct.
$100, you can't beat it.
You can't.
You can't beat it.
Yeah.
So this is a big deal, and I am looking forward to see what this thing is going to be in the future.
Yeah.
HomePod.
So now going into the iPhone, before we even get there, is what it brings, which is surprising to me as very technical IT that we both are. We both know a lot about this stuff, but they actually brought out the CEO of Verizon to explain the 5G network. So supposedly we're getting 4 gigabytes per second of download.
Yeah. 4 gigs.
200 megabits per second of upload.
Yeah.
By the way, if that doesn't surprise you, go home to your Wi-Fi and look up how fast your Wi-Fi is.
Yeah.
I guarantee you this is 40 times faster.
Yeah.
Most people have 100 megabits per second.
Yeah.
And
that's relatively fast.
Yeah, yeah,
Like
this
100
is-
megs.
yeah,
Like
that's-
if you don't have too many devices,
Bro,
that's
that's
a lot.
fast.
That is
This is
fast.
4,000 megabits per second.
Yeah.
That's what 4 gigabytes is for those of you who don't know.
And that's the thing. I mean, I even challenge people to go to their jobs where they have super business
Yeah.
line and they're not going to get 4
No.
gigs. So I think that's definitely a boss move. So obviously you have to take into consideration that with more technology now we're
Right.
going to get into the you're going to try to stream 4K, and
Right.
all this audio and super HD, all these tech specs that obviously you guys can look up for yourselves. But again, the fact that iPhone is they're starting the trend because I believe this is the first smartphone that's going to be out with 5G compatibility.
I think Samsung has one, but I don't know if it's this fast.
You don't think so?
I don't think so.
Oh, I don't know. I'd have to look at that. I'm
Yeah.
not a big Samsung fan. But anyways, we definitely got to do an episode on them. I think it's a boss move though, coming to bring the CEO of Verizon.
Yeah.
Because it also shows you how like they're in with everybody.
Yeah.
Because the telecommunications company, that's a whole nother game.
Yeah.
So they've already partnered up with them and they're already in like pretty much in bed with all of them. And for them to bring the CEO, that's a boss move.
Yeah, it is.
Like you know what? I can talk to you about this 5G stuff, but
I know a guy who knows better.
I know a guy that let me bring him in. The CEO of Verizon Wireless. That was a boss move. So that's obviously I think they said something about like it won't be really live until 2022 because obviously they're still building the towers, the infrastructure and things like that. But it's nice to see that Apple's already ahead of the game, just like they're ahead of the game in everything else.
Have you heard about 5G?
Yeah.
Supposedly it's not healthy for people. It's like a theory. I don't know.
I don't know.
I've
I heard like
seen-
the 5G is a thing like the end of the world and all that stuff.
That's what I heard. It's like supposedly like radiation. I don't know, radiation or something like that.
Nah.
I don't know.
You buying it?
I don't know, bro.
You don't know?
I need research.
I don't buy it.
Maybe, bro. You never know.
We gotta die somehow. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's not a bad way to go.
Yeah, it's not bad with
on 5G.
radiation.
I mean, you're streaming 4K. I mean, this is
Nah,
some
I
dope
will
stuff.
not
You know
die
what I
over
mean?
4K. I will
What?
not die over 4K, bro.
You don't think it's to die for?
Hell no, not on your phone. But yeah, I mean, I guess we'll find out.
4K
I mean,
is 4K.
4K is 4K. I heard they have like 8K now, right?
Well, yeah,
we were talking about that.
Yeah, that's what they're gonna supposedly do in the future. Again,
Yeah.
But again, it's very hard. And the other thing is like it's gonna destroy Wi-Fi because once
Correct.
you can have 5G directly like
Unlimited,
from Verizon or
unlimited,
AT&T or T-Mobile to your phone, you forget about hotspot. Like
Yeah.
you can forget about connecting to
Yeah.
any Wi-Fi. I mean, there's no need.
Or
I mean, you know what I mean? Like,
Xfinity has to compete, or AT or whoever else your internet provider is.
oh no, they're just gonna
There's
have to
no way.
deliver 5G to your house.
Yeah, they have
That's
to.
it.
That's what I'm saying. 4,000 megabits, bro.
Yeah.
That's insane.
That is insanity.
That's
But I mean, these.
disrespectful to everyone else who can't produce that.
Oh, bro, they're gonna have no choice.
Yeah, crazy.
I'm telling you, 4K, bro. It's a die for. I'm telling you. All right, let's jump into the iPhone 12, which was the bread and butter of this show.
Correct.
Some of the specs, again, we're not gonna get crazy into it. Go on YouTube and see the specs from all these other YouTubers. They're really good. Long story short, it's thinner and lighter. Super Retina XDR display. Ceramic shield glass, which is supposed to be a lot more durable. And that's another thing that they emphasize on the durability on this iPhone, which is something that we haven't seen since our dad's Nokia. Phones with durability.
Right.
Nobody has
Yeah.
durable phones except like one company, like they make like army style phones. But
Yeah.
anyways, we'll get into that in a little bit. A14 Bionic, the fastest chip on an iPhone. Camera's obviously a lot better. MagSafe for the wallet.
I
so
saw
they have
that.
like this magnet
It's like a
thing.
magnet, right?
Yeah, it's supposed to be. I don't think it's that big of a deal.
And next point, the stupidest point out of this whole godforsaken podcast. No USB-C.
Yeah, no.
Why, Apple? Why have you forsaken us?
I don't know. I don't know why they do that.
Everything's because I don't know. Because they don't. I don't know. They want to keep us hooked. That's why. Freaking no USB. I can't believe it when I saw that comment there. No USB-C. Instead of this stupid Lightning port, bro. Our laptops are USB-C. Everything's USB-C. The iPad is USB-C.
I know. I don't know. I don't get it. I'm telling you, this has got to be the last phone with the Thunderbolt thing. The next one has to be.
Yeah.
So whatever. But the cool thing is that you know how they usually do like a 12 or an 11 in the Max or 11 and some
Pro
this one,
or whatever.
They actually went down. They went from a 12, the iPhone 12, to a Mini.
Correct. I saw that.
It's going to be smaller. It's going to be a 5.7 screen display. So that's going to be interesting. That's the first time I think they do that, where they downgrade it, where they have one like a mini version of it.
Right.
I think it's supposed to be almost the same size as like the SE, but the screen is going to be
longer,
like dongle-less, and it's just going to be bigger. That's the main thing. The other interesting point is that the iPhone 12, their starting point for their iPhone is $699,
right?
Which hasn't changed from the 11. So that's another big thing because they haven't changed their pricing. That means they understand that
people are not going to go that high.
People are not going to go. And especially with like maybe coronavirus right now, maybe I don't know if the economy is going to do any good in the future. I think they're playing it safe, and they did the right thing. They didn't raise the price of it. So that's a big one, and that to me shows me that Apple is back in the realistic game. They're back into they're conscious of their consumers' wallets. So I think that's really good. So one of the things that I wanted to emphasize on this is they did mention like this special glass that they're using, durability, and I think the iPhone, the 12 Pro, is made out of like stainless steel. What they also emphasized was more durability and whatnot. So that this could be like a big this could be a big thing in competition or like against the
right.
I'm getting tongue tied. Cases.
Okay.
Because obviously, I don't think there's any smartphone out there that's like durable. You know, they're all fragile. I mean, you when you drop your phone, like the first thing you think is like, oh, I hope my screen thing. So they really emphasize the glass on this thing, and they're like, it's super durable. It's like crystallized. I don't know. They use some big old words, but point is, this thing is tough. So that's the other thing that I think like, Jesus Christ, could Apple be going after the cases? Because realistically, the reason we get a case is not for aesthetics. It's
100%.
It's I think 80
for
to 70% is protection.
Yeah.
But that'd be another good thing that I like to see Apple do: make durable cases.
Right.
Make durable
phones
that they can withstand, drops and scratches and all that stuff. I don't know. I think that's a big one. That's another thing that I saw that they emphasized. So who knows? Maybe in the future, now we're going to look at no need for cases because they're so durable, they're so strong. It's
such a big market, bro. That
I know.
I don't know if they want to make that jump.
They're going for Otter cases.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things.
Life proof.
Yeah, life proof.
Yeah, stuff like that.
So I don't know. It's that's this. I'd probably say that's the second biggest thing that I saw.
Yeah.
Their durability. So that's
yeah.
smart.
Going into the iPhone 12 Pro, which what you were kind of mentioning, they have two different sizes: the iPhone 12 Pro, iPhone 12 Pro Max. So one comes out a 6.1 display, bigger one is 6.7 inch display. They come with 3 cameras, just like the 12 or 11 Pro. And this is the cool part. I don't know if you know what this is, but Apple Pro RAW is footage. That's the type of picture that it takes. A RAW image, you know about this, is different than a JPEG because a RAW image you can edit and it allows you to change the colors. Yeah. So the pictures it's shooting is in RAW photography. Has HDR recording, HD, LiDAR scan, and starting price is $999 for the Pro and $1099 for the Pro Max.
Yep. And I think these are all going to be available like either
like next
October,
week or
November,
something
like that. So that's the big thing. So for the Pro, again, I think that's really catered towards like videographers and people that are trying to take pictures. I wasn't really sold on it.
Yeah.
Again, I'm not a photographer, so I wasn't really sold on it. The iPhone 12, I like how they have a new design. I think when they make a new design, that really draws people in, because the same design, for some reason, it just feels like you have the same phone. I mean, unless you turn it around and you don't see the different cameras, you don't really notice it. So I think that's a big thing, and I think we're going to see that more often from Apple, because if you look at their last event, they also redesigned some of their iPads.
Correct.
And there's a rumor that the new MacBook Pro and the new iMac is supposed to have a new design for next year. So I think that's going to be a big one, and I feel like that's one of the strongest drivers of buying the phone. That to me was one of the biggest things that attracted me to this phone, that new design, because I do like the sleek design. It has like the iPhone 5 design.
It's like metallic.
Which I thought it's I guess it's because it's refreshing to see a new design instead of the circular one, because it just looks sleek. It looks nice. It looks clean. So that's the biggest thing. But yeah, I mean that's pretty much it.
Yeah. Do you think that they're really gonna keep? I mean, we always say this every time we talk about Apple. How far are they gonna go? Like, what's next, bro? Like, you can't. You know what I mean? Like, if you really think about it, if you think hard, like if I have an 11 Pro Max, which I do, why would I upgrade to a 12 Pro Max? You know what I mean? Like there's nothing pushing me to do so.
Yeah, that's
I mean?
true. Well, one of the things is that, you can exchange it, and at that price range, you're probably going to get a decent discount.
Yeah.
So maybe that's a push. I mean, if you're able to get a brand new phone for $400, I could see a lot of people getting
Well,
it. I don't see it when it's like $1,000 or $800. That's where I find it a little bit
Well, I'll
difficult.
tell you what. If it gives me 4,000 megabits per second, I'll switch my phone, bro.
Oh, absolutely.
I'll tell you that. I'll tell you that right now. I'll switch my phone.
Oh, absolutely.
And I just got my phone like 3 months ago.
Yeah. Oh, no, absolutely. But the thing is, 5G is just not out there yet.
Of course.
So that part I get. Number one, I forgot about that. The 5G, that's a no-brainer. I'd switch my phone out. But realistically, we don't have 5G like that yet.
Yeah.
So that's that. I don't know. I still think there is a market for brand new phones and having that Apple latest tech.
Right.
And at this price range, the fact that they haven't changed the price, that's the biggest thing for me. I think that's important. They have to keep doing that in order to keep attracting people, because, you start going overboard. I don't remember which one was one of the most expensive one. I think the 10.
Yeah.
I think when they released the 10, it was like $1,000. It's like
The first time it hit,
whoa.
3 or 4 digits,
Yeah. And when they released the iPhone 3, I think it was like
a couple $100,
$300, something like that. Like, there's a huge difference. So again, I think they know what they're doing. I enjoyed the
presentation,
the keynote, and we'll keep track of the sales. They don't release sales anymore.
They don't.
Nah, they stopped releasing that a while back, which is not a good indicator. But I'm a fan of Tim Cook. I think he knows what he's doing.
Me too. So guys, that's pretty much all we had. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Thank you to everyone watching on YouTube. We're very grateful. I know we were talking about this last podcast, but we're very grateful for everything. And we will catch you guys next episode.
Absolutely. Thank you guys so much. Don't forget to click the like button, subscribe, and
send us someone who you think would like it.
Send someone. Follow us on Instagram.
Follow us. Instagram, YouTube
YouTube algorithm. Thanks a lot, guys.